Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning, October 10th, and we probably have some people tuning in live because we did not do a group coaching call this past Sunday because I was flying back from Dallas in the rainstorms. And so today I want to focus on, where are my notes? Accountability. Because now we've been doing these calls for about a month. So what I really want to focus on are, how are your action items going? So I think the best way to do that is to start with some victories. What do you consider you've had some victories over the last week or two? And Julie, since you logged on first, I'm going to pick on you first.
Great. Victory. Well, I've just been better at talking with people, not afraid to, bring up the subject of health and wellness.
Right.
Even people I don't know. So I'm a little bit better about that. And I think I'm getting better at, follow-up, much better about that.
Okay.
And what I've been doing is something new for me is controlling Facebook a little bit. I read posts about people who are saying that they're struggling with something or they're looking for something or whatever. And then I counted all these calories today, blah, blah, blah. And then I follow up immediately with a message to them and start a conversation.
Hey, that is awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's
a spin-off of that I've heard too. Especially, I'm going to give you a spin-off of that. So that is a perfect way to connect with people. And I've heard the people from stage talk about that exact thing. When somebody says, I'm exhausted, I am not sleeping at night, I'm spinning my wheels for my workouts, sending them a private message. Hey, I saw your post. I'm so sorry to hear you're struggling. And, make that connection is perfect. It's funny, I go through waves where I do really good at that, and then I kind of forget about it, that I need to get back at doing that because that is such an easy follow-up. Another one I've heard of that I need to try and just always forget about it is when somebody likes one of your posts, especially when it's an Isagenix post, like you're fueling that your daughter is drinking after gymnastics. Anybody who likes it, go back and send a message. Hey, thanks for liking my picture. Just out of curiosity, are you looking for some good nutrition? And that's another great way to use Facebook is, we know the comments bring it back to the top, but when it's non-ISA people liking it, use that as your excuse to reach back to them as well.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well done.
Thanks.
Okay. Oops. There. Christy, you're up.
Now that my kids are back in school, I'm trying to focus a little bit more on the business and trying to post a little bit more on Facebook. I was able to sign my aunt up like 2 weeks ago, and then one of my friends just told me that she wants to sign up at the end of the week.
Yay!
So excited about that.
Love that. Okay, so I wrote down things. So like some of the topics we've talked about over the past, I'm just going to unmute you guys just in case your phone rings or there's background noise, and then I'll unmute you guys to talk. So here's some of the things we talked about for action items. And so one of them was connecting. So Julie, you said you have been connecting with new people. How are you doing on that end, Christy?
I need to work on that.
Okay. And to me, that's the stretch part too. Try and do 1 to 3 a day. Obviously that ICU challenge was 10 a day. For me personally, 10 is really hard. I have yet to hit 10, but I think the 1 to 3 is manageable in those reaching out and new connections. And they can be Facebook connections. Something else I started doing is like new people. So there's a new person who took over Student Impact at church, and we've met 2 or 3 times. And so now that she knows me, I just sent her a private message and just said, hey, Lauren, I don't know how much you follow my Facebook page, but did you realize that I help people every day? And then I list like with better sleep and stress management and, depending on what I think their needs might be, I list, some things and then say, please let me know if I can ever serve you. And And so I'm doing that with newer connections where, like, if I've connected with somebody a week or two ago on Facebook that's a newer friend, I'll wait a week or two and then go back and send that message like, hey, did you know? And kind of play dumb, because chances are they're following you if they're a new Facebook friend, but use that as your excuse to reach out and send a message. And then another thing you can do with finding new friends on Facebook is, obviously, if you meet somebody out in public, you want to get to be Facebook friends, but even look at some of your friends' friends. So it sounds kind of creepy, but there may be somebody like, say you have this friend, Mary Kay, and you look on Mary Kay's page and you realize this person and you have 20 mutual friends. Well, friend that person because you have a ton in common. And then you can even follow that up with, hey, I see that we have a mutual friend, Mary Kay. How do you know her? I know her through Moms with Teens. And just like get that dialogue going. But that's another easy way to find people on Facebook, that look for somebody with high connections and use that as your excuse for an intro. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how are you doing with follow-ups? So Julie, you said you are getting better at follow-ups?
I am, yeah. As a matter of fact, I just did a couple this morning with some people that I talked to last week.
So how are you time blocking them? Are you doing like a little bit of follow-ups each day? Are you using one day of the week for complete follow-ups? Like, how are you doing it?
It's more like one day of the week, because then I just kind of follow up with everybody. Even if I talk to them on Friday, I'm still going to follow up with them on Wednesday. And the reason is because Wednesday is my non-workout day. So it's my one day that I don't actually really leave the house. So
Sure.
It's my day to get caught up on everything.
Okay.
So that's when I do all of my,
And if it works for you, that's perfect.
I mean, if something pops into my head randomly, I will follow up with people.
Right.
Or if I see that they've commented something again, I'll do that.
Right.
But otherwise, I just kind of, and then I always comment on their posts sometimes, just so they remember that I'm still out there.
Well, and the other thing for the whole logarithm things with Facebook, if you ever think about a friend where you're like, gosh, I haven't seen any of their posts in a long time, chances are they haven't commented on one of yours, or you haven't commented on one of them, because the more you comment on other people's posts, the more they think you're BFFs.
Right.
So if there's somebody where you're thinking, and I'm just going to use this person because I'm waiting for them to come to our team, Dave and Marcy, like clearly they're one of your best friends so that you are in contact, but say you hadn't seen any of their posts in a long time, I would for sure intentionally be commenting on their posts. Like, you want to bring them over and they're going to probably come sometime, just now is not the time.
Right.
If there's other people like that where you're thinking, gosh, this person would be great on my team, and I'm still not giving up on Heather Bettini either. Like, make sure to comment on Heather's posts. You know what I mean? Like, because if you don't comment on people's posts, it thinks you're in a fight, which is the best analogy I can give to it. So yeah, that is some of the schematics of Facebook.
Yeah.
And how are you doing, Christy, with follow-ups?
I'm sure I could be better about following up with people. I really need to set aside the time to do it. Now, we keep talking about that, but I need to actually do it.
So are you better sitting in one time block, like for an hour straight, or you're better doing like a half an hour going and doing something, or 20 minutes and going doing something and coming back to it?
I should just set an hour straight of doing it, because otherwise if I go do something, then I go do something else. Like anytime you pick up your phone, you're doing one thing, but then you do 5 other things. So I just need to set the time. So figure out how that might be best for you. Is it writing it down on a calendar? Is it setting an alarm on your phone? Like 10 o'clock is going to be my power hour. And whatever system works for you, try and stick to it, and I would think while the kids are at school would be the easiest. So whether that's morning or afternoon, but however you will remember, a post-it on the cabinet, whatever, like, okay, it's 10 o'clock, I got to go to work, and see if that helps. Okay. So I had thrown out a challenge last week that I would like everybody to try and do some type of sampling event, whether it's a smoothie bowl party, a sip and sample, sometime in the month of October. How are you guys with that? Did you figure out when you want yours?
I did not.
I was going to send you a message and ask you if you had any dates that you would be able to help me do one.
Yeah, so totally depends on the day. Do you have some dates in mind that work for you?
Really? I was thinking like doing like trying to do lunch one again. And
I love the lunch idea ones.
pretty much I'm free most days once my kids go to school.
Okay, so Thursdays are bad days for me because I have moms with teens.
Okay.
I'm almost thinking a Friday might be best, you know, and you could even entitle it Friday Fun, Friday Fueling, you know, whatever you want to call it. Another name I heard other than Sip and Sample, we obviously know Healthy Happy Hour, but another one I heard was Sip and Social. I thought that was kind of cute. I like the Friday Fueling. That just literally popped into my head. So let me grab my other day timer to make sure I'm not double booking. Hold on.
Okay.
I was like, on this calendar, it shows nothing on the 19th, but I just committed to helping with Home of the Sparrow on the 19th, and I thought that was when that was. So I cannot do the 19th, but I am open the 26th if you want a Friday. If you don't want a Friday, my next best days are Tuesdays because I do have the group coach. So I have mastermind on Mondays, which I could miss if I had to because they're recorded and I can go back and watch. However, on the 22nd I'm taking Jake to Iowa State for a second look. Otherwise, Tuesdays are the best days. However, my next 2 Tuesdays are full, so it'd have to be, so really my dates would be Friday the 26th, Tuesday the 30th, or Monday the 29th.
Okay. I know you said October, but would we be able to do like November 2nd?
Yes.
We can do that. Okay.
Yeah. So what time you want to do it? Do you want to do a morning like 10, 10:30? Because you have to pick.
Yeah, Logan gets on the bus at 10:45. So probably like
11.
11. Yeah.
What do you want to call it?
I like that Friday Fueling. I think that's pretty clever.
See, I just came from working out. My blood still must be pumping that I have creative ideas flowing. That and my e-shot is still kicked in. Okay. So Friday Fueling, 11 a.m. And Julie, you're welcome to come if Christy's okay with it to give your testimony and invite guests as well. And what I would encourage you to do is to create the Facebook event and post on it on our team page because I'm sure other people have stay-at-home moms that may be available during the day. That the more people we get, the more excitement it creates. That I think they turn out better the more people we get. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then.
What time was it at?
Are we doing 11 or 11:15?
How about 11:15?
Okay.
That once Logan's gone, I can get it all set up.
Okay, and she lives in Huntley in Tallamore, Julie.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then. Julie, what about you?
I'm trying to, it seems that Monday nights work the best for me, just like the last one.
Okay.
But I would like to do the smoothie bowl thing, so kind of center it around dessert.
Yep.
You know?
And do you want day or nighttime?
Nighttime. I was thinking 7:30 actually.
Okay. And do you want me there or do you not want me there?
Oh, yeah. You have a lot of information. So what
I'd really like you two to do is I want you two to kind of take the lead and have me be kind of back up and fill her in. Because one of the things that Eric Worre talks about a lot is the person holding the mic is the one making the money. And they're your friends. They're going to relate to you. I'm kind of there as a backup. So I'd like you guys to take that lead and kind of step out. And I know it's kind of scary, but I promise I won't let you fall. I'll be there for backup. Are you thinking the 29th?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say we could do the 15th, but you can throw it together quickly if you wanted. But that's completely up to you.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So 7:30 p.m. And so Christy, Julie is on the other side of Algonquin over by the old Piggly Wiggly. Over on the river, across the river, over by, is that a Walgreens there?
By the Jewel and the Walgreens.
Oh, okay.
East side.
Okay.
Okay, so smoothie bowl. So just so you guys know, I'm looking at also doing a smoothie bowl party. And I'm thinking breakfast first thing in the morning, like 9 in the morning on the 20th. I have it penciled in my calendar, but I have not completely 100% committed to it. I'm not going to 100% commit till next week, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a smoothie bowl party at 9 a.m. a week from Saturday, which you guys are welcome to come, share your story. You're welcome to come help serve smoothie bowls, to invite guests, whatever you want to do. So that's the game plan. I just don't have it set in stone. Did you guys happen to watch my video about the business events?
Yes.
Okay, it was such a duh moment yesterday. Like, I've been in this networking group since December. Why haven't I thought of it before now? Did you get a chance to watch it, Christy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and really how I thought of it is with networking groups, we have to do what's called one-on-ones, where you meet with the different people separately. And I know Julie knows this guy from the chamber, is Dan Hickey. I had done my one-on-one already. He wasn't interested because his girlfriend has him adding spinach and kale and all that stuff to blenders and whatever. And in his words, to keep her happy, I'm going to stick with her plan. Okay, Dan.
Yes.
So, but he had talked one time when he got to do his presentation at the group about kids coming in with obesity and high blood pressure and cholesterol, and they're flunking their physicals for their life insurance plan at age 20. And I had said to him multiple times, like, hey, I reward referrals. Why not reach out to these kids if they're flunking exams going, hey, I may have a route for you to be able to pass your exam, which he's done nothing with. So then I said to him yesterday, hey, I have an idea. So will you get a 60-second intro when you do these events or networking groups? And each month I change my theme. So one month I'm talking about fitness performance. The next month I'm talking about exhausted moms or your midday slump. So yesterday I said, hey, I have 2 categories I want to talk to you about for my 60 seconds. The first one is getting ahead of cold and flu season. And I said, I don't think people realize how much stress, toxins, and nutrition relate to getting sick. And our core products are going to help you stay healthy, but we have 3 additional products that you can meet the cold flu season. So the second area I want to focus on is getting your sexy on before the holidays. And I said, did you realize people gain 10 pounds between Halloween and New Year's? And I can help you not gain that and get into that little black dress, or guys into tuxes, and look your best before the holidays. So I kind of positioned it that way for my intro. And then I'm sitting next to Dan and I'm like, I need to have an event at his business. He has a staff of like 5 people in his office, even if just his staff show up. So I said to him, what do you think about doing this? And he goes, well, yeah, let's do it with other wellness people in the group. And so Jen Pashota is the chiropractor in that group. That's how I met her. They're going to have a massage therapist. And Lisa Zaris does it literally mimics Healthy Mind and Body, but she has her own business for it. And so what?
Your nemesis.
Yeah. So the 4 of us are going to do a 2-hour presentation. And I said, I'll bring food, but you create the event, and we're calling his a Wellness Wednesday workshop. And we're going to do it from 4 to 6, right when people are getting off of work. And so I came home all happy. I made the typorama for it. And then I'm like, why don't I tell all the leaders about this? Like, duh, second duh moment in a day. So I know people out there have friends that are business owners, whether it's eye doctors, dentists, lawyers, real estate, health insurance. See if they're open to you coming in. And I think especially if we posture it to, I want to serve you and your customers. I want to help them beat the New Year's resolution. I want to help them stay healthy through the holidays. And see if they're open to doing it. And, try a couple of different business owners if you have multiple friends that are business owners, and see if they're open to it. So that was my idea yesterday. I'm hoping people kind of grasp that idea, like a different way to do a sip and sample. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think of that?
I think it's a good idea.
Do you guys know people in the community?
I was trying to think of people in the community yesterday after I watched the video. So I really haven't come up with anybody new because I kind of,
Right.
So,
but it's tapping into their clients. Like I want Dan inviting his clients and his office staff to come to this.
Right. That's what I mean though.
Yeah.
I know those people too.
Okay.
So I was trying to think outside of that box.
And think of your husband's contacts too. You know, like obviously with Michael being a painter, maybe there's a business he always goes and paints their office.
Yeah, that's true.
So kind of, you know,
Not a dentist's office.
yeah. So, you know, go to them and see what they say. Okay. So the next thing I wanted to make sure, did you guys set up the 3 enrollment kits in your Manage My Cart so that you can use the IsaLife app? And do you know how to do that, and did you do it?
I forgot to do that. I just saw it the other day too, and I was busy doing something else, so I forgot to do it. But yes, I will be doing it.
Okay. Do you know how to do it, both of you?
Yes.
I don't know, but I know didn't you do a video with Marcy or something?
I did, but I'm going to show you real quickly. So what you do is you go into your back office, and under orders, it says at the very bottom drop down, it says Manage My Cart. And what you want to do is you want to build the 3 carts. So you're going to say Manage My Cart, and it says create a new cart. And you'll create a 30-day, a premium, and a value pack. So you'll go back and do this 3 times. Now, there is a button on there where it says click the most common flavors or most common products. I did that once just to see what they show. Just so you know, they put in for common products or I think it's reverbed the most popular products. They put in Liquid Ionics, and I was like, ew. They put in Chocolate Scoobies, and they put in what was the other one? I think Powder Cleanse. So I was like, nope, I'm making the cart the way I recommend it. So when you make your 3 carts, the cool part about that is once they're in there and saved, and you only have to do it once, then they're in there. And so then what you do is you go to your IsaLife app. Let me pull it up. Okay. So when you go, see if it's going to have me log in.
Oh, so you go to like a computer and log
So
into
go to
that.
your computer to make your carts.
Okay.
And you're literally in your back office. So when you go to your back office and it says orders at the top, the last drop down will say Manage My Carts. So you're going to make 3 carts and put whatever flavors you want in there. And the cool part is when they get the text to do it, if they don't like your flavors, they can edit it on their own. Okay. So once you're in your app, down here at the bottom, there's the little person. You click on that person. And then when you click on that person, in your screen, it says right down by my finger, Share Isagenix. So you click on the person, you click Share Isagenix.
Hey, Jody.
Yeah.
It's not under orders. It's under, hold on. It's under team.
Okay, sorry, it's under team, Manage My Carts.
Yes.
So then when you click Share Isagenix, ta-da, your 3 carts that you did in the back office are there. So what you use this for is like your person you have Friday. You've already had a conversation. You know they're coming in on, say, a premium pack. So then you pick the premium pack. And it comes up with, are you the enrolling sponsor? So you can, click yes, no. If you're enrolling for somebody else, like your sister, you can change that. It says, what's the auto ship date? You can change it to the 28 days.
Okay.
Then, if you keep scrolling down, it shows you what's in there. So I did put the ISA delivery in all 3 of my carts. So on November 1st, I'll have to kick out the ISA delivery if it doesn't do it automatically. But then when it says share this recommended cart, it's going to ask you, how do you want to share? Do you want to do AirDrop? Do you want to do message? Do you want to do text? So when you click message, and I'll act like I'm sending it to Randy, it automatically kicks in a message telling them, hey, this is the card I recommended for you. Click on it. And when they click on it, that's when they can go edit it, and they do the whole enrollment themselves. They input their own name. They input their own credit card. So once you have your cart set up, that's the longest part of the whole process, is putting together your 3 carts. Once you have your cart set up and you've had the conversation and somebody's ready to enroll, you just say, hey, I'm going to send you a link. I've put the recommended flavors in there, but you can go in and change them if you want. Just finish the application. It'll ask for your address, your credit card, and then you hit submit. Now, I haven't seen it yet, but Marcy said you can actually tell where they are in the process. So if they've started it, have to go run and pick up their kids and come back to it, it shows you where they are in the process as well. So literally, once we do this, like, we can be on the fly at a soccer game or whatever and be like, oh, here's your cart you want. You finish the enrollment. Done.
Mm-hmm.
So
did you take the like one of the packs and just put it in there and then just picked and chose
right. So I built it the way I usually coach people. So, and I built it around like what I think are the favorite flavors. So I did 1 chocolate, 1 vanilla, 1 strawberry, 1 chocolate mint. Then I did one of the minis of Cleanse and one of the tall things of Cleanse. I did raspberry e-shots. Oh, that was the other thing, is for popular flavors, they had the pomegranate e-shot. I was like, heck no, raspberry e-shot. I think they had dark chocolate for flavors of Ice and Delight. I put sea salt caramel in. And so I built it as if I was doing their actual order online. And then you name, so at the end it'll say name it. And so then you say 30-day. And then you go back and do the next kit and do it all over again. And then you name it premium. And then you go back and do the last one.
Okay.
So super easy. So I want to make sure that we all are doing this and we're teaching our people how to do this, because that is the simplification and duplication that helps your team grow. So definitely talk to your people about this after you've done it. Okay. And then I said to Randy, we need to come up with a team meeting. We haven't done one. So when are we going to do it? So we're doing it on October 18th, which is a week from tomorrow. So please make sure your team knows as well. And we're going to focus on getting ahead of the curve and staying healthy for the holidays. So think about any tips you want to share. Bring your tips with you as well. Will you guys be able to make it?
Yeah.
Most likely. Let me double check with Gary.
Okay. So obviously the more the merrier. And this is where I really think reaching down to your team and saying, come with me to these meetings, that's what's going to get that inclusiveness and consistency going. Did you see that Randy did a post yesterday that there is a sip and sample just around Racine on Saturday, November 3rd?
No.
Okay, so it's a not sip and sample. Did I say super sample?
Okay.
I'm meant to say Super Saturday. There's a Super Saturday. Now, I know, Julie, you haven't gone to one of these. Christy, you did go to one before, right?
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, so it's almost like a mini ICU. It's a 1 day, and it's actually even a half a day from 10 to 1, and it's just south of Racine. So Randy Googled it from here. I think he said an hour and 20, yeah. So figure an hour and a half away. They have Elvie Shepard talking. Brent and Tracy Shaw, I don't know who they are, but they're 7 Golden Circle, 7-star executive, which means they're making a shitload of money. Dan Paulsrode and Julie Coughlin, I don't know who they are either. And April Shaw, I don't know who she is either. So these are some new people I haven't heard speak. But the cool thing about Super Saturdays is they are $20. And so half a day from 10 to 1 on the 3rd. I'm going to encourage everybody, especially because a lot of people, it just fell on a bad weekend for people. A lot of people couldn't come to Super Saturday. I know this is a farther drive, but especially only being a half day, I'm going to encourage people to come to that and get your team to that, which leads me to my other brilliant idea in the shower today. Right before the call, that's why I was a little late calling in as I was creating this. So when you see this picture, I'm doing a team challenge for anybody, but it's geared for leaders. And it is anybody who gets double PIBs, product introductory bonuses, meaning you have to enroll 2 or more between now and the 21st. So this week or next week, each week, you can get double PIBs. If it happens both weeks, I'll get you 2 tickets. And I should clarify that in there. And so I put in there, if you get double PIBs this week or next week, we will pay for your ticket for the Super Saturday. If you can't go to the Super Saturday, I will pay the money towards your NYKO ticket, especially because there's some people that aren't local leaders here, like they're in West Virginia or Texas, so they're literally not going to be able to come, that I wanted to open it up to all leaders. So double PIBs, and knowing you have one already coming Friday, Christy, work on another. So I just put that up literally right before I logged in on the call. So questions, comments, concerns before we wrap up and I have to run to the dentist.
I have a question. Do you use business cards?
I do for things like my networking group. If we meet somebody, although I do more sharing and connecting on Facebook, but every once in a while at a conference, I'll swap business cards with people. And for events, like how I was at Marcy's table for the whole karate day thing. I'll use them for events like that. So networking events where you have a display at a table is mainly what I use them for. I think when I order them, I keep them for like a year. I don't go through them quickly. Okay. Now I've done them through Isagenix, but then because we incorporated, I wanted to have business cards with our incorporation name instead of Isagenix. So then I went to that VCP printing that's over by the Algonquin Post Office and had them do them. Okay. You clearly want to say something.
Yeah, my take on the thing is it's nice to have business cards, but it's more important to get their information. So if you're handing a business card out and not getting their information, you're defeating the purpose, because very seldom, like 99% of the time, they will never reach out to you.
Right.
So make sure
that
you have
swap
business cards, get their information on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that.
Okay.
That's more valuable.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, good question. And the cool thing, even when, so is it ISA Tools? Where do you go to get the business card?
Yeah, it's an ISA Tools.
Yeah. ISA Tools. So when we did.
In your back office, you can go in there and they'll have a link.
Yeah.
Through ISA Tools.
Yeah.
Their order, I think.
Yeah, so when we did do them through Isagenix, it had where you got to pick the color. You uploaded your picture, and there were different phrases and different sayings for both the front and the back. So I love that they give you choices on what you want your business card to look like.
Right.
Any other questions? Okay.
How do you, my friend that wants to enroll at the end of the week telling me she just wants to do the shakes and the bars. And I've given her like all the information about all the other products, but she's like pretty insistent on just doing the shakes and the bars.
So have you already found out what her goals are?
No, because we've been just messaging back and forth on Messenger.
Okay, so
get her offline.
Yeah.
But it really comes to what are her goals? Because most likely she's going to say things like more energy, weight loss, whatever. And then I come back to, well, the bars and the shakes are good, but to hit you're going to be disappointed, because to get the results you're looking for, it takes the synergy of all 3 products, that we aren't just the shake company, we're the health and wellness company. And so I can sell you shakes and bars, but if you're looking for more energy, better sleep, the tape measure victory, by not having the natural accelerators, like you're going to be dissatisfied. Like it's going to be a great convenience and great nutrition, but to truly hit your goals, this is the science behind it.
Okay.
So definitely kind of backtrack, find her goals, and use that as the excuse. Okay. And if you have to, I very rarely, I can count on one hand the amount of times I've piecemealed products. And usually it's something like they're pregnant or they have cancer and they can't do the whole synergy. But I try and, wrap them back to you can do that, but you're not going to see your results you're wanting.
Okay.
Good question. Any others?
I have your canister, but I knew you were gone this weekend, so I didn't want to just
Okay.
drop.
I have to go into Woodstock for my dentist appointment, so I'll drive past Tullamore. That if you want to leave it outside your front door, I can pick it up on my way back.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Well, I'm glad we set up your events. So if you guys need help creating the event on Facebook or creating a typorama because you haven't done one, let me know and I can help you with that as well. But go ahead and get your events up. I like to post them as public. That way they're easier to invite people and to share later on. But so, you know, Julie, we have a couple weeks. I kind of like that 7 to 10 day notice for creating it, but you can be doing the behind the scenes and making your list of who you're going to invite and creating the banner and that kind of thing.
Okay.
All right. Well, hopefully I'll see you guys. Well, I'll see you next Wednesday online, but then hopefully at the team meeting on the 18th.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Thanks. Have a great week.
You too.
Bye.